Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
You know, all week we've been trying to look at the sort of facts and fictions, because there's an awful lot of, claim and counterclaim in this argument, and we've been running films looking at the facts and fictions around immigration in Europe, the facts and fictions around the cost of Europe. So today I've been looking at the Euro facts and fictions about how far we're run by Europe. For many, the issue in this referendum is simply this: Brussels equals red tape, regulation, bothersome rules and bureaucracy. Far better for Britain to run itself. So who is running the show? Well, here's some Euro facts and Euro fictions. Let's start with the bent banana. Now, for many, it symbolises all that's wrong with the EU after it tried to ban them. How daft, how balmy! And yet that's a Euro fiction. There was no ban, only consumer standards to ensure you and I weren't sold damaged or nath-nanas. And yet the EU does churn out a huge amount of rules and regulations. In the early 1980s, this peaked at a staggering 14,000 in a single year. Today in Blighty, 13% of British laws originate in Brussels. And that doesn't take into account regulations like the banana one, of which there are many more. That's a Euro fact. But things seem to be getting better. No, not my normal footwear. But take these high heels. Well, if you're a hairdresser, you don't have to worry now about Brussels saying you can't wear them because they're dangerous. They considered that, but in the end said no to rules on that in 2012. And now, a whole load of other overzealous Euro rules have also been axed. Last year, only 23 new EU laws were proposed, compared to an average of around 130 a year. So red tape is being reduced. That's a Euro fact. All fine and dandy. But what then of the massed ranks of Eurocrats? Well, there are an awful lot of them. Just look at the number of interpreters, a whopping 3,600. And the EU says the number of civil servants in Brussels working for it is 55,000. But Birmingham City Council has roughly the same number of people employed. So it's a Euro fact that Brussels bureaucracy is big, but maybe not that big. But what of business? Well, many bosses complain that Brussels is costing them a bomb. Never mind the time and bother of it all. The cost of complying with EU standards, well, it costs British business a humongous £33 billion a year. That's according to a group calling for EU reform. However, even if we left, British firms would still have to comply with most of these rules to be able to trade in Europe. In fact, it's estimated 93 of the costliest regulations would still apply, like those on health and safety, the environment and employment. The total cost, £31 billion. So it's a Euro fact that business pays a lot to be in the EU, but it's also a Euro fact that business would still pay a lot to be out of the EU.